Top 10 Netflix available British murder mystery series in order of appearance. Vera is about DCI Vera Stanhope and her companion DS Joe Ashworth, along with other police officers. So far, the show has been running for 5 seasons. Broadchurch, short series with the second season having just aired in 2015, starring previous star of season 9 of Doctor Who, David Tennant as Detective Alec Hardy, along with Olivia Colman as Detective Ely Miller, Jodie Whittaker as Beth Latimer, Andrew Buchanan as Mark Latimer, Jonathan Bailey as Ollie Stevens, Arthur Darvill as Reverend Paul Coates, whom also was in Doctor Who, albeit season 11, Charlotte Beaumont as Chloe Latimer, and many more. Wallander, a 4-series show starring Kenneth Branagh, Sarah Smart, Richard McCabe, Jeannie Sparks, Sadie Shimon, and Tom Hiddleston. This show is based in Sweden, but stars UK actors. Luther, a 3-series show about John Luther starring Idris Elba, a brilliant but damaged detective, as well as Ruth Wilson as a complex character. The Bletchley Circle is a 2-season so far series about 4 women who are employed at the secret British facility of Bletchley. Rachel Sterling, Julie Graham, Sophie Rundle, and Anna Maxwell Martin star in the series. Poirot, famed originally book series detective invented by renowned mystery author Agatha Christie. It lasted 13 seasons and starred David Suchet as Hercule Poirot, a curious, brilliant, unique Belgian detective. Also Hugh Fraser as Captain Hastings, Philip Jackson as Chief Inspector Japp, and Pauline Moran as Miss Lemon. Sherlock, famed series about a high-functioning genius sociopath and fantastic partner, starring Benedict Cumberbatch as Sherlock Holmes and Martin Freeman as Dr. John Watson. So far, there have been 3 series with the 4th season underway. Midsummer Murders, famous series lasting 18 seasons so far, originally starring John Nettles as DCI Tom Barnaby, Jane Wymark as Joyce Barnaby, Daniel Casey as Sergeant Gavin Troy, Jason Hughes as DS Ben Jones, and Laura Howard as Coley Barnaby. Now it stars Neil Dudgeon as relative of Tom Barnaby, DCI John Barnaby, along with Fiona Dolman as Sarah Barnaby, Tamsin Mallison as Dr. Kate Wilding, and Willem Lee as Sergeant Charlie Nelson. Inspector Morse, Inspector Lewis, and Endeavour. Morse, a 12-season show starring John Thaw as Chief Inspector Morse, along with Kevin Whately as Detective Sergeant Lewis, whom then starred in the Inspector Lewis series, which has had 8 seasons thus far. Endeavour is about a young Morse in the 1960s, starring Sean Evans as DC Endeavour Morse and Roger Allam as DI Fred Thursday. It lasted for 2 seasons.
He's telling the truth.
So?
So we're nowhere. The middle of nowhere. I'm DCI Vera Stanhope. I'm heading the investigation.
Open up!
Full force from behind. Surprise attack.
Where did he go? Who did he meet? Family, friends, rivals, lovers? I want the lot.
I gotta go.
You're here because you want to be.
I want him found now!
See, you've decided.
You give me your version. Then I'll decide.
Oh, come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mortal lonely exile until the Son of God appears.
Kurt's been having a very hard time at work.
Hello, darkness, mild friend.
I've seen 3 dead girls in the last week.
Come to talk with you again.
He's found it very hard to talk about it.
Because a vision softly
You
creeping
scrape away the surface and the flesh for so
left
long.
its seeds while I was sleeping.
But actually, you get down to the bone,
And the vision
the bit that's always going to be there.
planted in my brain.
But I don't think you can do what I do and not end up like this.
But criminals aren't as smart as they think they are.
Oh, that must get monotonous. For someone that's brilliant. Very interesting.
Monsieur Tyson?
Knew you'd come. Can't resist a scoop, eh? You'd have made a good journalist, Mr. Poirot.
I think Poirot has the wrong kind of morality for the work.
Well, you're too modest, I'm sure.
S'il vous plaît? Monsieur Tyson, you spoke of skeletons in the armoire of Monsieur Ryland.
Well, let me tell you, Abe Ryland is not the man everyone thinks he is. Real name's Abram Ryakin, born in Kursk. Appeared in America about 25 years ago, the outbreak of the Great War. Changed his name. His voice, his whole identity. So my question is, why?
What is it that you know?
I know how he made his money. Arms dealing.
Huh?
He made millions, selling weapons to the Allies and the Kaiser.
You have proof of this?
Naturally. And maybe he was planning on doing the same thing again.
What is this Big Four that you mentioned?
Certain information been coming my way. Letters.
And what do they say, these letters?
Well, not so fast now, not so fast. I've shared my information on Ryland. It's only fair you show a little reciprocity. Wouldn't you say?
Your move.
No, Mycroft, but you have to trust me. I'll find the answer. But it'll be in an odd phrase in an online blog, or an unexpected trip to the countryside, or a misplaced lonely heart's and you'll move.
I've given the Prime Minister my personal assurance you're on the case.
I'm on the case. We're both on the case. Look at us right now.
Oh, bugger.
Oopsie. Can't handle a broken heart. How very telling.
Don't be smart.
That takes me back. Don't be smart, Sherlock. I'm the smart one.
I am the smart one.
What the hell are you doing?
Bored.
What?
Bored!
No.
Bored! Bored!
And the worst part is there's no one else to blame. Be my friend. Hold me, wrap me up. Unfold me, I am small.
Hello, Angela.
The spa's closed. We're not doing any more treatments.
Oh, what a shame.
Yes, it is.
No, I mean, a shame for you and your father. It's quite a double act you got going there, isn't it, eh?
I don't know what you mean.
You're not? Well, the clients sign into this place. They're given the once-over by your father, and they're vulnerable. And they tell him things they probably wouldn't even tell their own GP. I know I did. And that, Miss Danby, is how you knew about my father.
He was on his own when he died. You weren't there. Nobody was there. You didn't tell my father that, did you?
No.
From your tiny seed, I've watched you grow, cradled in the dirt, your soul. The earth will teach you all it knows. Little tree, don't be afraid. Dream your dream of making shade.
Thank you. Mr. Fergus Johnson.
Oh, Simon, please. Can I just say that we are all totally devastated. Con was such a great bloke.
Clearly not everyone agreed.
Isn't it your round? Do you think another one's a good idea? Think. That's why I want it, to think. I don't drink for pleasure.
Oh, I like that. It was good. Who was it?
That, Lewis, was Maria Callas.
Was it from Cats?
No, it most certainly was not.
You're enjoying this?
I'm just wondering how you're going to start untangling it.
With great skill.
And without Hathaway. Be like having one hand tied behind your back.
Yes. Detective Constable. Thank you, Mum.
When I asked for volunteers to work with you, he was the only one who put up his hand. Be nice, Robbie.
If Inspector Morse had been nice, I'd still be a sergeant.
Yeah, well, that man's got a lot to answer for.
CD must be scratched.
Don't you find the repetition meditative?
Meditative's another word for monotonous. And yes, very.
Highly effective in combating stress.
But I'm not stressed.
You don't think you're stressed. You've assimilated it.
Got my watch out!
Come on!
Looking for someone, I don't know where they are.
Father's lost his daughter.
Looking for someone, I don't know who they are.
That has to be put right.
Morse says he saw a child. You can take him at his word.
A man can't serve two masters. Sooner or later, you'll have to choose.
We're hunting a very dangerous individual. Catch him quickly.
He's here.
That's the job. Get to it.
Why aren't you girls working?
Sorry, Miss McBrien, but there's a German Oberleutnant whose orders were part of the Ultra Intercept, and Susan thinks it's important. Don't you, Susan?
Well?
I've seen him before. He's skipping about all over the place.
Maybe he's Hitler's nephew on a sightseeing tour.
Why use Ultra encryption on personnel reassignments?
Go on.
This is Oberleutnant Dieter von Diederik. Any other assignments?
Oberleutnant von Diederik, 7th of January, reassignment. Berlin Central to 25th Infantry Division, effective immediately. Oberleutnant von Diederik, 12th of March, reassignment. Clausewitz, effective immediately. Oberleutnant von Diederik, 24th of March, battalion transfer order. 702nd Static Infantry Division, effective immediately. Oberleutnant von Diederik, 3rd of May, reassignment.
All right. Even Hitler's nephew doesn't get around that much.
Transferred to Clausewitz.
Where is that?
Nowhere. There are no German towns called Clausewitz.
Well, maybe it's a person, not place.
It's also a tank division. He was transferred from infantry to tanks back to infantry again, which is as daft as saying someone should leave the show jumping because they're good at hockey.
So who is he?
I don't think he exists. I think he's a code within the cipher. Code for battle orders, you mean? Perhaps.
Take it to the house.
But I don't think
You do think it's real, don't you? You don't think it's a coincidence?
Oh, yes.
Well, off you go then.